Hi, welcome or welcome back to my book sanctuary. I'm Bianca and I wanted to update you on my reading in January. So I'm not going to update you on all the books I ended up reading in January because not all of them were great, unfortunately. A lot of them were very ordinary books, so I don't want to bore you with those details, but I did want to mention all the favorites I ended up reading. But I wanted to mention Gunner, and Gunner is the first book I ended up reading for the year, and it is Breckenridge Rebels Book 2. So the first book is Steele, and Gunner and Steele are best friends. So Lily and Steele are siblings, and Lily has always had a thing for Gunner, and Gunner's always had a thing for Lily, but he's not going to go there because it's Steele's sister, and yeah, he's not going to go there. He's a little damaged, and his past is complicated, and yeah, they fart ass around a bit, Lily and Gunner, but they finally sort of get together, and yeah, I liked this. These bikers are a little abrasive, and they're on the cusp of what I don't like about MCs. The males can be a little too egotistical and arrogant and think women are bitches and things like that, and that can piss me off, let's be honest. Steele has a lot of those tendencies, but Gunner is not as intense as Steele, basically. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one, but it was actually a reread, so I've read it before. So then I ended up reading Mafia and Maid, and it's the Marciano Mafia series. Try to say that 5 times real quick. But basically, Camillo sort of helps this woman out, and she's from a wealthy and privileged background, but her life has absolutely gone to crap, and she's a single mother. And Camillo has stuffed up a little bit in his family and has caused their current maid to leave. So he needs to find a new one, or his brothers are going to kill him. Not literally, but they're not impressed. So Camillo's got to find a new maid, and he's always had this sort of attraction for her, and then he kind of hires her, even though he has no confidence in her whatsoever, but he does have this attraction to her. And she is this fragile flower, but strong at the same time, and yeah, she doubts what's going on here, and she's got secrets that he doesn't realize, and then once he realizes what's going on, he steps up, and they're just really sweet together. I think this is like the 3rd book in the series, so I really need to go back and read the brothers' stories, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was really, really cute, actually, and sweet. Very heavy, though. And then I ended up rereading Harmony. So, more Motorcycle Club. Club Girl Diaries Book 1. So, Harmony and Kit, if I remember correctly, yeah. So Kit's the new president of the club, and he's come to another club, basically, to party. And that's where he meets Harmony, and she is a club girl. She's quite happy with her life. She's got no shame in it. You know, she has sex with the guys. She keeps the clubhouse tidy. She gets education, and, you know, she gets everything she wants, really, and she's got no shame in it, and I like that. However, she is very skeptical of feelings, so she is very wary of Kit when he first shows up. So Kit's insta-love. He's like, Harmony's for me, that's it. She's coming home with me, she's mine. She's my old lady. The end. Harmony agrees to disagree there, but she ends up going anyway with Kit. And there's a threat going on with Harmony, and she's put in danger repeatedly, and Kit has promised to help her and to protect her and keep her safe, and he fails once or twice. And Harmony is just, yeah, skeptical. Everything is moving way too quick for her with Kit and their feelings together, and then there's this threat, and it's crazy for her, and I love this. I really do love the Club Girls Diaries. There's like 9 of them, and yeah, they're great. Really, really do enjoy them. Then I wanted to mention Chains. So Hounds of the Reaper MC. I adored this. So Maddie ends up with custody of these two children that she adores, and she'll do anything to protect them, including protect them from their uncle Chains. Chains has been in jail, and once he realizes that the children have nobody, he does his darndest and gets out of jail. And he goes looking for the children and finds them with Maddie, and Maddie is not impressed. Chains is not prepared to have two young children whatsoever. He's just like, I'm out of jail now, the kids are mine. Maddie disagrees, and they've got a lot of sexual tension, and she won't give the kids back, and he's baffled. But I kind of agree with her, because he is not prepared. He doesn't even have a home, and he wants these children, and these kids have been through a lot, so they need stability, and he can't provide that at the moment, but Maddie is. And Maddie wants the best for the children, but she's also finding herself falling in love with the kids and Chains. And Maddie's very hesitant about the club, and I thought this was just super sweet. Like, the kids were great, Maddie was great, Chains were great. Yeah, sure, there was a couple of issues here or there, but for the most part, I ignore that. It was the feeling of the book, and I thought it was freaking sweet. So then I wanted to mention Lark. So this is Texas Queen's MC book 1. This book must fall in a series or a lot of, I don't know where it falls, to be honest, but there's obviously a lot of books that came before it. The character list here is complicated, to put it mildly, and there is a lot of people to follow, like almost too many. However, I really liked the core story. Like, I thought he was really sweet, and I thought she was really cool. She's this tough sort of biker who runs her own club, more or less, but her family is also a club. It's weird. It's kind of a club, but it's kind of not, if you ask me. But they help abused women, and she gets this new neighbor, and he has suddenly been thrown into it. His half siblings have lost their parents, and he now has to step up and become their guardian, but he doesn't know what he's doing, and Lark sort of ends up helping him out, and they get more and more involved, and he's just the sweetest thing, and they're very sweet together. But there's a lot of characters to keep a hold of, and I probably should have read other books in the series. I think it would make a little bit more sense, but I was able to follow along pretty well, so I didn't find any problems with it for the most part. I just really enjoyed the story, like with Lark, and I can't remember his name, but he was really sweet. Then I wanted to mention Surprise, Motherfucker. So this is Pucking Pregnant, book 3 by Melissa Huxley. She's going to Rare, so I will be meeting her, which is really exciting, but I have read a couple of other of her books in the series and really enjoyed them. So it's basically a surprise pregnancy trope with omegas and alphas, and yeah, it's great fun. So she ends up having this great night with an alpha, but he kind of lies to her and she can't find him when she finds out that she's pregnant, so she never tells him. And a year and a half later, she has a baby, and she's doing it on her own. And then she meets Eli and starts falling for Eli. And he's this lovely alpha who is just accepting of her and her baby. And then she realizes the alpha that is the father of her baby and abandoned her and lied to her is Eli's packmate. So it becomes complicated really quickly. And so, yeah, it's them trying to navigate everything, the alpha trying to, say sorry for everything, but at the same time realizing his mistake. And yeah, I really enjoyed this, like, a lot. So then I wanted to mention Lucky, and I loved this. I adored this, actually. So Lucky is put in a position where he ends up the guardian of his half-sister and half-brother. And so his brother has actually got Down syndrome, but Lucky doesn't care. It's his brother, and at the end of the day, he's going to provide the best life he can for his brother. So he's basically raised his siblings since they were babies, and as far as his brother is concerned, that's Dad, And his sister also calls him Dad, even though she's aware that's her brother. And Lucky has been doing this for so long and has just been so strong and, just living his life. And then he meets Harper, and Harper is his son's special education teacher. So she helps, I can't remember the kid's name. I can't remember his name, but she helps him out at school. And Lucky is instantly drawn to her, and there's an age gap. She's 14 years younger than he is. So she's only a few years older than Lucky's sister. And he wants her, and he'll do anything to have her. And I thought this was really, really sweet as well. I mean, there's shit going on and a little bit of heaviness, but for the most part, I really found it light, and I really liked how Lucky's brother was just so accepted for who he is. Like, yes, he has Down syndrome, but he's still a person at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. You still got to treat him nice. I mean, basic human decency. So I just really liked that, and I loved it, actually, to be honest with you. I really loved it. But those are just a few of the books that I ended up reading in January, just a few of my favorites. And I am starting to melt seriously, so I really have to love yous and leave yous. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I shall catch yous in the next video. Thanks, everyone. Bye.